Close your eyes and say it with full conviction. I already have it. It is done. I am living in the overflow. The lottery is mine, not tomorrow, not someday, now. You see, it is not about the ticket, the numbers, or the odds. It is about the inner state. The world around you only reflects what you dare to believe within. You are not waiting to win. You have already won. Each morning you are given a blank check. Your words write the amount. So when you rise, rise not as a seeker, but as a possessor. Speak to yourself as one who has. Feel the cool touch of the metal door on your new home. Smell the leather of your new car. Taste the freedom that money cannot buy. The world will try to tell you it's impossible, but it is not the world's opinion that manifests. It is your faith. Do not beg life to give you what is already yours. Simply assume the role. Act in quiet confidence. Move in calm assurance. And above all, say it every morning. The lottery is mine. I live as the one who already has. I give thanks for what is done. You're not casting spells. You're not wishing. You're remembering who you are. The winner, the chosen, the wealthy one. Keep saying it, keep feeling it, keep living it, until the world bows to what you have declared in the silence of your mornings. What you mentally accept as true becomes your lived experience. This is the secret the world overlooks in its obsession with action and outer circumstances. The truth is simple. Your inner state shapes your outer world. The lottery is not a matter of luck or chance. It is a state of mind, a condition of belief. You do not win it by wishing. You win it by knowing. Everything begins within. There is no exception to this rule. You must first win in your imagination before you can ever hold it in your hand. This is not fantasy, this is law. You must dare to believe something greater than your senses. The moment you imagine something clearly, feel it fully, and accept it as real, you begin the process of making it so. Imagination is not weak. It is not child's play. It is the creative force of life itself. If you see yourself as poor, struggling, or always trying to get ahead, your world will mirror that. If you rise each morning and declare, I am already wealthy, the lottery is mine, and you feel the truth of that statement in your bones, then the world must, by law, shape itself to fit that inner conviction. Most people wait for proof before they believe, but that is not how life works. Belief is the proof. Imagination is the cause. Reality is only the effect. You must learn to live from the end, not toward it. When you wake up and say the lottery is already mine, you are not lying to yourself. You are speaking from a deeper truth. A truth the physical world has not yet caught up with, but must obey in time. When a gardener plants a seed, he does not doubt that it will become a tree. He waters it, he nurtures it, he expects it. He doesn't say, let me see the fruit first. He simply knows what is coming. That's the power of imagination properly used. That's how you must speak your morning words. That's how you must carry your day. Knowing, feeling, trust. If you can imagine the scene of your life after winning, if you can hear the congratulations, feel the abundance, see your new lifestyle, and taste your new freedom, then you are already there. You don't need to ask how. The how is not your concern. The mind that imagines the end will create the means. The path will form beneath your feet. Doors will open, chances will unfold in your favor. But none of it can happen until you dare to live as if it has already happened. Your present reality is only a result of past thoughts. If you want a new future, you must think new thoughts. You must see new scenes. You must accept a new self-image, one who already has, one who is already blessed, one who no longer tries but receives. You don't wait to feel like a winner. You feel like a winner first, and that feeling births the reality. The world is but a mirror. Change the image you hold inside, and the mirror will show you a different face. Say it, feel it, believe it. Every morning, the lottery is already mine, and the world will respond accordingly. Wake up each morning as though you have already won. Not as someone who is waiting for their blessing to arrive, but as one who is already living in the fullness of it. This is the key to everything. Most people live in a state of delay. They wait, they beg, they hope. But the truth is, hope is passive. Assumption is power. You must move from the wishful to the certain, from dreaming to dwelling. The moment you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you enter the state where the unseen becomes inevitable. Your feelings are the language of creation. They speak louder than your words and more clearly than your actions. What you feel consistently, you experience inevitably. So when you rise each day, don't ask when your blessing will arrive. Don't look for signs. Instead, feel that it has already come. Let your first breath of the day be filled with gratitude, not for what you want, but for what already is. Because in the realm of imagination, in the truth beyond the senses, it already is. You must train yourself to live in the end. This is not pretending, this is faith in motion. Pretending has doubt hidden within it, but assumption is rooted in conviction. The one who assumes doesn't hope for change. They live the change now. You must feel the joy of receiving the thing you desire. Feel it so deeply that it becomes your natural state. Walk as the one who has already won. Talk as the one whose life is already transformed. Think from the victory, not toward it. The mistake most people make is to try to get something rather than become it. But the truth is, you already are everything you desire to be. You just haven't accepted it yet. The feeling is the acceptance. The feeling is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you collapse the distance between you and the outcome. There is no more waiting. There is only receiving. Think of a time you received something you deeply desired. Remember how you felt. Relieved, joyful, fulfilled. Now bring that same feeling to your current desire. Let it fill you. Let it move through you. Let it be the tone of your day. You do not need to see the evidence right away, because the feeling itself is the evidence. When you live in that inner world of fulfillment, the outer world must conform. It has no choice. It is only a reflection of your inner state. Each morning is a new creation. The moment you open your eyes, you are either stepping into an old story or a new one. You get to choose. So choose the end. Choose the joy. Choose the abundance. Choose to feel what it would be like if it were already done, and then move through your day as though nothing more needs to happen, because truly, nothing more does need to happen except your inner acceptance. You are not chasing. You are not waiting. You are receiving. Every breath, every step, every thought is shaped by the knowing, it is mine. Let that be your prayer. Let that be your posture. Assume the feeling, and the world must follow. What you say in the morning is not just a declaration. It is a spiritual transaction. You are not simply speaking into the air. You are impressing your reality onto the unseen, forming what will eventually become visible. Words are not empty sounds. They carry power, intention, and direction. They are tools of creation. Every word you speak is a seed planted in the fertile ground of consciousness, and that ground never forgets. Most people use their words to describe their life, but few realize that words are meant to design their life. When you wake up and say, I am blessed, I am wealthy, I am already living my dream, you are not making things up, you are calling them forth. You are aligning yourself with a version of reality that already exists beyond what your eyes can see. The invisible responds to the voice of certainty, not desperation, not pleading, but conviction. This is why it matters so deeply how you speak. If you declare from a place of lack, you create more lack. If you speak from the identity of the one who is still waiting, you extend the waiting. But when you speak from the identity of the one who already has, you bring that version of yourself into form. You shift realities with your voice. Each morning is sacred. The first words you speak are like keys. They open certain doors and close others. Most begin their day rehearsing what they lack, talking about what isn't working, what they fear, what hasn't arrived. And so unknowingly they reaffirm the very life they want to escape. But you can begin differently. You can rise and declare, it is already mine. I am the one who has. And with that, you begin to reshape the invisible mold from which your reality is cast. The truth is, there is no such thing as idle speech. Every word is charged with emotion, belief, and assumption. When you speak with awareness, your words become instruments of manifestation. You do not need to see immediate evidence. That's not how it works. You need only speak as though it is done and remain loyal to that assumption. The invisible is patient, but it is also obedient. It must follow the script you give it. Say it every morning. The lottery is already mine, not as a fantasy, but as a fact in the unseen. Speak it with ease. Speak it with joy. Speak it as one who no longer questions whether it will come, but who simply expects life to mirror what has already been accepted within. Your words become the path under your feet. They go before you and prepare the way. When spoken with clarity and feeling, they draw to you the experiences that match your inner tone. So do not waste your speech describing what you don't want. Instead, use your voice to declare what already is. Let your morning words be filled with certainty. Let them paint the image of your fulfilled desire. Because once you speak from the end, the journey begins to rearrange itself. The invisible hears you, and it always answers according to the words you dare to speak. The lottery is not coming to you, it is already yours. This is not about attracting something from the outside world. This is about revealing what has always been within you. There is nothing to chase, nothing to earn, nothing to wait for. The moment you understand this, you stop asking and start accepting. Morning words are not a request, they are a revelation. They peel back the illusion of lack and uncover the truth that abundance is already yours by right of consciousness. You do not draw things to you like a magnet. You become the version of yourself that already lives in the desired state, and in doing so, you reveal what matches that identity. It was never about pulling something from outside into your world. It has always been about aligning with what is already present on a higher frequency. The lottery, the wealth, the joy, it exists now. You're not trying to bring it into your life. You're waking up to the fact that it's already part of your life, just beyond the veil of appearances. Each morning when you speak words of truth, when you say, I am wealthy, I am chosen, the lottery is already mine, you are stripping away the false identity of the one who lacks. You are peeling back the layers of doubt, fear, and waiting that have kept you blind to what was always there. The lottery doesn't arrive. It is revealed to the one who accepts it as their natural state. What you call your life right now is simply a reflection of your previous assumptions. You don't need to go out and chase something new. You need only to remove the assumptions that say it's not yet here. Speak with clarity. Speak with intention. Speak not as one trying to get, but as one who already has. In that moment, your words become a spiritual cleansing, wiping away every lie of limitation. There is a version of you who is not surprised by wealth, not shocked by miracles, not amazed when things go right. That version is calm, assured, and already in possession of everything they once longed for. Your job is to become that version, not by force, but by recognition. Each morning is your opportunity to remember who you truly are, not a beggar, not a seeker, but a revealer of the divine wealth within. Morning words, spoken in faith, awaken you to your real self. They don't summon things. They reveal alignment. They anchor you in the truth that what you seek is already woven into the fabric of your being. The more you speak from that truth, the more your life mirrors that identity. It doesn't matter what yesterday looked like. It doesn't matter what your bank account says. You are not defined by appearances. You are defined by the unseen reality you dare to claim. So say it each morning with peace and power. The lottery is already mine. Not to convince the universe, but to remind yourself. You're not attracting, you're revealing. And the clearer you see this truth, the more naturally your world begins to change. Because when you let go of the illusion of lack, only abundance remains. Every morning you are given a choice to return to the old version of yourself or to persist in the new. You are not waiting on the world to change. The world is waiting on you to hold your shape, to remain unmoved in your inner assumption, because that is the key. Persistence, repetition, conviction. Not for one day, not for a moment, but until the world has no choice but to mirror the image you hold inside. This is where most give up. They assume the state of the winner one morning, maybe two. They feel the joy of already having, they speak the words of wealth, and for a moment they believe. But then the world shows them something different, and they fall back into doubt. They speak the words again, but this time not with certainty, this time with desperation. And the result is more waiting, more hoping, more distance. But the one who persists does not ask when. They do not need signs. They live in the end. Every morning they return to the feeling. Every morning they build the reality within, brick by brick. They wake up not as the one who hopes to win, but as the one who has already won. And they stay there. That's the difference. That's the secret. They stay. Persistence is not about effort. It's about identity. It is holding the state even when the world tempts you to leave it, even when you don't yet see the evidence, because the evidence will come, not as a reward, but as a reflection. Your job is not to make it happen. Your job is to remain faithful to the unseen truth. Each morning, when you rise and say, "The lottery is already mine," you are not lying, you are aligning. You are choosing to live from the truth that what you desire is already accomplished in the invisible. And every time you repeat that assumption, you strengthen it. Every time you refuse to fall into doubt, you solidify the image. And eventually, the world yields. You may not notice it at first. The change is subtle. A conversation here, a new opportunity there. But slowly, and then all at once, the reality you persisted in becomes the life you wake up to. This is not magic. This is law. The outer world cannot resist the inner pattern that is held with persistence. So speak the words each day. Feel the victory. Wear the identity. Not for show, not to trick the universe, but because you are that version already. The world is only catching up. Don't look to see if it's working. Assume that it is. Don't ask if it's coming. Assume it's already here. And keep going. You are not building a fantasy. You are building faith. And faith, when it is maintained, always manifests. The only question is whether you will persist long enough for the world to echo back the song you've been singing. Say it again in the morning. Say it until it's second nature. Say it until you don't even question it. Because when you persist in the assumption of the winner, the world must reflect that back. It is not optional, it is law. Faith is not a feeling. It is not a fleeting emotion that comes and goes depending on what the world shows you. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. It is the quiet, unshakable decision to remain aligned with what you know deep within, even when everything outside of you says otherwise. Faith does not ask for evidence, it creates it. Every morning when you rise and speak your truth, the lottery is already mine. You are not just affirming a desire, you are practicing loyalty. You are choosing to believe in the unseen over the seen. You are choosing to trust your inner knowing more than your bank account, more than the news, more than the doubts that try to creep in. And this is what separates those who live in fulfillment from those who live in waiting. They remain faithful to what cannot yet be touched or seen. You must understand this. Your senses are not the source of truth. They only show the echo of past assumptions. What you see today is the harvest of yesterday's beliefs. So if you wish to change your world, you must stop reacting to what is and start responding to what you know. And what you know is that it is already done, already yours, already complete. This is not blind hope. This is disciplined focus. This is the conscious refusal to allow temporary conditions to shake your belief. Faith holds firm. It says, I will not be moved by appearances. I will not be seduced by delay. I know what I know, and I choose to dwell there. That kind of faith bends reality. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. The moment you choose to give your energy, your time, your words, and your vision to the unseen rather than the seen, you initiate the process of manifestation. The unseen is not far away. It is here now, layered just beneath the visible world, waiting for your sustained attention to bring it into form. This is why your morning words matter. They are not just affirmations, they are acts of loyalty. Every time you declare, I am the winner, it is already mine, you are feeding the reality you've chosen. You are proving your faith not with emotion, but with repetition. You are showing the universe that you trust the inner knowing more than you fear the outer facts. The outer begins to change, not because you chased it, not because you forced it, but because you remained. Because you did not waver, because you stayed true to the reality that only you could see long enough for the rest of the world to see it too. Faith is your power, not the kind that waits, but the kind that knows, the kind that stands tall in the invisible and says, this is real. Let others doubt, let conditions shift, let nothing disturb your inner world, because you already know what you have accepted in imagination is more real than anything the senses can offer. Stay loyal to that truth, and the world will catch up. It always does. And so, each morning becomes a sacred moment, a chance to align, to declare, to remember. You are not a beggar hoping to be chosen by fate. You are the creator, the imaginer, the revealer of truth. The lottery is already yours, not because you chase it, but because you claim it in consciousness. You assume it, you speak it, you persist in it. You walk by faith and not by sight. No more waiting, no more doubting. Each word you speak in the morning is not a wish. It is a command. A spiritual decree that moves unseen forces to shape the visible world. Keep your attention on what is already done within. Be loyal to the unseen, and you will watch the seen bend to meet you. Now, go on, say it again. The lottery is already mine, not to get it, but to reveal it. Not to convince, but to confirm, because you know now, it has always been yours. Thank you.